Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mindfulness with ROOP, the Bellwether series. Today, we have our special guest from Nigeria, John Adewumi, with us. He's the founder of Correct Minds. We are a little late for the live, but due to some technical glitch, but it's okay. So we have John with us today. He is a minister, educator, host, writer, and he is a digital consultant, psychologist, and preacher of God's words. So today he is with us. He's the founder of Correct Minds, as I told you. John, welcome to the Bellwether series. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. I know there were some technical issues, but still you made it for today's show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry about the technical issues.
No, it's okay. These are all part and parcel of live streaming. So just tell me, I was going through your profile and so many things that you are doing. Uh, just I just want you to introduce yourself. Your life story in your words.
All right, thank you. All right, first of all, my name is John Adewumi. Like she said on my profile, I'm a minister, educator, psychologist, the founder of Correct Minds, also a preacher of God's word. So, I started my journey being an educator. So from there, I was able to discover my purpose. I was able to go in line with God's plan for my life. I was able to discover purpose very early in life. So, because that is one of those things why we live. The reason why we live is to discover our purpose, to fulfill our purpose, and to run the play of God. Okay. So I was able to just, impart knowledge into the lives of anyone that I come across or that come across me. So I was able to impart them in one or two ways. So, and like that, God has been helping me. His grace has been sufficient.
Absolutely. So you started as an educator, right? What were you
Yeah.
teaching and how was the experience as a teacher?
Yeah, the experience was very, very fun. I would say fun. Yeah, fun. Yeah, because you cannot impart the lives of people without being an educator.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
everything has to start with you being educating the people that come across you or the people you come across with. So everything starts with being an educator. So one or two ways you can educate people, either negatively or positively. So it's there's no two way about it. You either impart people negatively or positively. So everyone is an educator. So it depends on the area you fall or you see yourself in. Either you're imparting people positively or negatively. Because let me say, our lives should educate the people. Do you understand? So our life should educate the people. It's very, very important. So if
Yes,
your
we
life is
should
not
be the living
educating,
role models, you mean to say.
yes, a role model. Yeah. So if you're not educating the people, you're not actually living. So educating there has to do with imparting knowledge into the people.
Right.
Okay.
So, who inspired you? I have been seeing your posts about your mother. You have posted a lot about your mother. So, but I want to know it from you that how, like, as a child, who all were there near you or around you? Those people who guided you, motivated you.
Okay. All right. Let me start with saying my dad when he was alive. My dad actually trained me to the point of, it was very, very hard on me. My dad was very, very hard on me while I was growing. So it made me understand what life is all about. It made me see life in another perspective. So I got another perspective about life when he was, trying to lecture me about the things that I should do, the things I should not do. And at times that can be so very, very annoying at times. That can be so very, very annoying. But at the end, let me say, I stick to everything that they taught me. I stick to everything. So when I got to school, I was able to use everything that they taught me. I was able to just use them while I was in school. Okay. So at that point, while I got to school, doing things and following God's plan for my life, at the end of the day, I was able to just be in line with God's plan for my life. I was studying the Bible. I was listening to messages. I was checking everything, and just to let me say personal development is very, very important in the life of everyone. Personal development is very, very important.
Right.
So, you know, then my mentors, when I was in school, when the Lord directed me to my mentors, I was able to, have let me say relationship with them and try to connect with them. And up till now, they still lecture me, tutor me, and even put me in the right path also. So so my life has been about God's leading. I've been following God's leading for my life. I've been following God's direction for my life. I like that.
So ultimately, this is the aim of our life, to seek the path towards God, right? But
Yeah.
not all of us are able to do this. It's always said that the real purpose is to find out who we actually are. But then at the end of the day, we are just busy in our lives and we are so much involved into everything that we forget the real purpose of life. But like, you are a preacher of God's words, right? So like, was there some kind of situation in your life that you felt attracted towards this path, or like somebody taught you this thing, or it was a routine maybe that you were going to the church during childhood or something? Like, what attracted you towards this path of like, which leads towards the real purpose, that is towards God?
Okay. Let me start by saying when I was in school, not even tertiary level now, I think it was the primary level. So when I was in school, I noticed that the way people live are not in accordance with the plans of God for their life. So it makes them to suffer. Because one of those things that the devil cheats us with is busyness. The devil cheats us to get ourselves busy to the point that we forget God's plan for our life. So I noticed that people are always busy working for money. They're always busy trying to chase the money, trying to chase, at the end of the day, they chase the money and end up in grave. So I noticed the trend about that when I even check the lives of the young ones. So it saddens me a lot to see that people are not following God's plan for their lives. So it saddens me a lot that I see them not following God's plans for their life. At the end of the day, you see them getting married to someone who has not even discovered purpose also, because they have not discovered purpose, and even their partner have not discovered purpose also. And you see them getting married, and at the end of the day, the marriage falls to, let me say, calamity. The marriage will definitely undergo calamity, crisis, and all of that. So, and that also would affect the life of the children. It will affect the life of the children when the families are not in place, when the purpose, every marriage should be purposeful. There should be a reason why you got married. Yeah, they are married. So marriage also is like having a purpose. So you must have a reason why you want to get married, which is the purpose. Discover the purpose behind you getting married. But when a marriage, or let me say, when a family has no purpose, it affects the life of the children. And you can also, um, you can, let me say, you can find out what a child will become by checking what is going on in the family. You can
Yes.
find out what a child will become by checking what is going on in the family. So that has been what inspired me, was that I saw the lives of the young ones living the life that does not please God. the life they live does not please God at all. So it saddens me. And, I didn't actually put effort into it right from time. I didn't put effort into it right from time. But what later happened was that after I got out from school, then the Lord spoke to me concerning correct minds. So I had correct minds. The Lord said, then He gave me three words concerning correct minds, which is the healing, the renewing, and transforming. Healing will definitely take place before the renewing. So when the renewing has happened, then transforming can happen, which is what we call transformation. So the healing has to take place first before the renewing, before the transformation. So he gave me the healing, the renewing, and the transformation. So then I was able to come up with a name, Correct Minds. So Correct Minds has the three, let me say, the three core values now, which is the healing, the renewing, and the transforming. Okay, so and I've been able to impart the lives of those that are even outside Nigeria. I think I remember when I just started, then I met with a lady who was struggling in her family, who was struggling in her relationship with her husband, and I was able to just speak to her, tell her some things. Also, I prayed for her also, and at the end of the day, she told me that she felt so relieved after the prayer session. She felt so relieved. So I found it a joy to see that families are put together, the lives of children are put together. Everyone is living a purposeful life. Everyone is living a purposeful life. So I found it a joy to see people living according to the plan of God. So I remember when I was growing up, when I was in school, in my primary level, I remember I used to teach the word of God, even while I didn't prepare for it, but you just see it coming. You see it coming, so it's there already. It's inside already. So I see myself preaching the word of God to my fellow students, to my fellow mates while in school. And it's a very, very, or let me say, it was a very, very awesome experience. It was a very, very awesome experience. So that has been my journey so far. And later on, okay, did you want me to keep talking?
Yes, yes, absolutely. We are
All
here to
right.
listen to you.
Okay. All right. So later on, after my, invite to so many programs like that, and later the Lord spoke to me about how He wants me to also have a Christian network now, a Christian network, which is the name is a Fervent Christian Network. So we started last year, December. December, our first service was on the 10th of December, last year, 2021. So we started, and God has been helping us because I made sure that anyone I reach out to must get blessed and must discover their purpose and must let me say, to just raise a new fervent generation, to raise another new fervent generation. So it's very, very important because if if people are not if we don't help them, they will become problem to us in the nation.
Absolutely.
So we don't have to leave anyone untouched. No. So we have to touch the lives of anyone or everyone we come across with. So it is very, very important. We do not have to leave anyone untouched. So let us have that in mind.
Absolutely, that absolutely makes sense. Of course. So before we move ahead, I would like the people to see your work and your journey so far with the short creative that I prepared for you. So
All right.
let's
Thank you.
watch this. It was wonderful seeing you connecting
Right.
more often with people. Like it means that you're really changing a lot of lives. What I could make out of these photographs of yours. So, what were the like the? You can tell us about the background story of these photographs. Where were you? Where were you meeting the people?
Okay. So some I got invited to churches, to different churches to minister to the young ones. And at times we meet in a school to preach the word to those that found themselves in the location. So we preach to them, we tell them why, we just have to tell them everything about Christ, everything about God, and to tell them to answer to the call of the ordination. So it's very, very important. So locations could be anywhere. Locations could be anywhere.
Mhm. Okay. Great. So, correct minds, as you told, or you've already told a lot about it. That because that was my actually the question that how are you able to change lives through correct minds, and what is the role of like these leadership programs where you are a part of? I've seen you quite often being a part of many leadership forums, discussion panels. So how is that connected? Is it connected with that foundation only, or is it something else you are passionate about?
Okay. The leadership programs you saw on my profile, I happen to be one of the facilitators there, the mind coach. So
Okay.
I happen to be one of the mind coach there to foster, to raise, to raise people, to foster the development of community.
Okay.
Okay, so I happen to be one of the facilitators and the mind coach.
Okay. Right. So that is why, like, you often like to go to these panels and discuss your point of view. How do you see a change in yourself after being a part of these discussion panels?
Pardon? I can hear you.
Like the interactions you go for, the different programs like this we are doing today. So I have seen on
Okay,
your profile that you are a part of already some discussion panels on leadership and all. Do you think
okay.
these discussions have changed the way you used to think earlier about leadership and after that?
Yeah, definitely. Because you see, leadership will definitely bring out your weakness.
Hmm.
That is something I know. So if it can be easy to tell yourself, "Oh, I've discovered purpose," it's easy to tell yourself, "I'm a leader," but leadership has to do with you doing the work. It has to do with you
Absolutely.
doing the work. It's not just about you talking alone. Because leadership will bring out your strengths, leadership will bring out your weakness.
Yes.
So if you have, that is why it is very, very important before you go out there, try to study your weakness and try to adjust or try to improve on your weakness before putting yourself out there.
You were talking about understanding your own self, personality, having a developed intellect and everything, and then you are into all these praying communities also. What do you think, like the youth today, the young people of Nigeria, are they able to track that which path they want to pursue, and like are they able to make that balance between spirituality and the materialism? What is your observation?
Well, my observation is that our youth are really, really missing it. Most especially in Nigeria, our youth are really, really missing it because they are getting out of focus. And getting out of focus in the sense that the people we look up to are celebrities, the influencers, the
Yes.
hip hop stars, you know, and you cannot expect a nation or a particular community to grow when the people that the youths look up to are the celebrities. most especially the hip hop stars. So because they are trying to become like the hip hop stars, they are trying to become like the world, like how the world operates.
Hmm.
So when you try to become like them, it will not make our nation to grow. Like
Hmm.
we remain under development
Hmm. Hmm.
because everything will have to just be about the enjoyment, the drinking, taking going to clubs and all of that because that is their lifestyle. They give
Yes.
us they give us music that has to do with women.
Hmm.
That's just it. Women, 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 or money, 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 and that is it. That is what it
Absolutely.
gives to us.
Hmm. So, do you think that the influencers or the stars, the pop stars or the e-star, the singers and celebrities, actors, they have a greater responsibility on their shoulders because they are youth icons and all?
Yes, they have so much impact in the life of the youth. So
Hmm.
much impact in the life of the youth. Sorry, can you see me?
Yes, I'm able to see you. Can you just bring the mic nearby?
Okay. Now, what I'm trying to say is that they have so much impact in the lives of the youth because, like the question you asked, the celebrities or let's say the hip hop stars are trying to give a picture to the youth out there to create a picture whereby the picture they are not real, the pictures are not real.
Hmm.
Okay, but they create a picture that looks real to the youth out there. That is why I don't know if you had the the trend now about getting money through rituals now. I don't know if you heard about that in Nigeria. I don't know. Okay, getting money through fetish means now they are
Okay.
trying to
It's
they are
it's
trying to
everywhere. It's all around the globe. It's everywhere. Not only
oh
in
oh
Nigeria. It's everywhere.
oh good, okay, good. So they are trying to create they're trying to just be like them, to spend money like them, to go to
Hmm.
club like them, and to live a deceptive life. Now, let me use that word, to live a deceptive life that is not real.
Right. So
Okay.
how do you guide like the people who are in contact with you? There must be many young boys and girls in contact with you. So what do you tell them? How do you try to bring a change in their thinking? Because it's very difficult, I think, that if somebody is into materialistic life, to bring that person towards the path of God, it's difficult. How do you manage that?
Okay. Now, one of those things that I do is before I go out there to minister, I ask the Spirit of God to speak through me because one people are very, very hard to lead. I want us to understand that. People are very, very hard to lead. So God and ask the Spirit of God for help. Then anything I say to them, the Spirit of God makes it.
I think we have lost some connection with John. So, meanwhile, we can see his works and the short glimpses of his life. I think there is some technical issue with John. He's not able to connect with us. So that was Mr. John Adewumi from Nigeria. He was talking about his work, his vision. He's a preacher of God's words, counseling young people in Nigeria, doing a wonderful job. So we'll be meeting again next week with another guest with some vision, who's a trendsetter and an influencer in the right sense. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone.